Oh, let me do something. What's happening now? Uh-oh. Guys, hold on a second. Let me... Okay, here we go. Let me check something here. There we go. Now we got it. Now they fixed it. Um, anyway, hi. We're still here. Uh, we had some 20-mile-an-hour winds last night with just shy of 50-mile-an-hour gusts. They're expecting higher winds tonight, so keep your fingers crossed that I don't lose power. Um, anyway, this is Ginger in this Ginger's Chat Show, and I'm just having it. Let me have a little bit of a. I'm gonna have a little bit of bite to eat here in a few minutes. Anyway, this will be a quick feature today because I don't know what's going to do now. It's tad windy. It's starting to rain right now. But anyway, it's Wing Wednesday, and I'm going to talk about Chief of Staff Susie Wile, who is now finally she's had enough of Trump's antics. She's basically treating him like a child. Uh, she's hit back and she broke her silence and say, "Hey, this needs to be resolved." Um, she told him the bad news was going on. GOP is now jumping ship, and there are now a good portion of the center line Republicans, the traditional Republicans, are now siding with the Democrats and trying to get things going and start rolling. Uh, they're basically giving the MAGAs the boot, and there are some that are leaving and not running for re-election because they know they'll lose anyway. So a lot of them are not going to run for re-election. So the GOP seats are up in the thing, and they know full well, a lot of the smarter MAGAs, they know they lost. Because there are some stupid idiots in the party that just don't seem to get it. Sorry. Um, so many of them are jumping ship. As the old saying goes, here in the West Coast, get the hell out of Dodge. More than anything. Um, Congress is. I would love to see Congress to give Trump a great big Christmas present, as in. Sorry. As in calling it impeachment. Impeachment. In other words, remove him and the entire cabinet and get a new president in there ASAP. New professional group. Put everything back the way it was and stop all this stupid nonsense. Which they know that the so-called Project 2025, which need to be in a burn barrel, is not working at all. It's causing further problems. And numbers don't lie. They're trying to fudge the numbers, but they're finding out that's not working either. And more people, especially in the red states, are really pissed now. They've been lied to, they've been screwed over and everything. Well, I think now that they pretty much learned their lesson, and many of them are switching over to the Democratic Party or going independent, whichever works for them, which they're more comfortable with. Um, So I think next year is going to be a banner year for the Democrats and independents and get a proper Congress in there. And I think impeachment proceedings are going to start. They really are. He and Hegseth and everything else, well, Hegseth need to be impeached too. But if Trump is impeached, found guilty, removed from office, the whole cabinet goes. It's like, bye bye. And they can't run for um, office again when found guilty, when his administration found guilty. Okay. So, um, so Congress, please start your impeachment proceedings now. Give Trump that Christmas present. Give us a new Christmas present by helping us replace the whole administration with a professional group of people that would run our government, since you and I are the government, on our behalf. Okay? And people don't seem to understand, no, we're not the government. I'm not the government. Yes, you are. Okay? You elect people. This is what some people need to educate and understand. When we have federal elections, like for Senate and for the House and everything else, the federal offices, okay? For the House and Senate legislatures, we basically elect people on our behalf to do the jobs for us. Not all 6 million of us can fit into the federal Capitol Hill, Washington, D.C., to conduct business. You can't fit everybody in there, okay? So we elect people to do on our behalf. They listen to us. In other words, it's called public service. We need to make public service meaningful again, okay? We need to make it need to stop viewing it as a bad thing. Public service is not a bad thing. You're helping and you're serving others. And this is what's supposed to be happening, okay? But right now, it's kind of happening, but not really, okay? But we need to get back to serving others. Listening and serving and saying, okay, well, there is kind of a gray area I kind of see, and this is the gray area. How would you go about, or how you want suggestions how to resolve this gray area? Okay, whatever the problem is on, okay? And so we have here in Washington State, I'm very lucky. I got Senator Patty Murray and I forgot what the other gal's name. The other senators, there are 2 senators and a representative. The other representative needs to be replaced. Or one in Eastern Washington needs to be replaced. But they need to listen. They need to really listen. They need to put out surveys or say, hey, I'm welcome to suggestions and everything else. In other words, point out to them to help them, which in turn, our problems will be getting solved much faster. And also, we need a new president that understands international diplomacy, of how that works. And he should let the State Department do their job. And say, hey, this is what should happen. This is how we help each other. And we need to be strong for NATO, okay? As always, Trump does not understand how things work. He never has. Frankly, the guy's never grown up. Just a minute. He understands. He doesn't understand. He doesn't get it. For all our previous, and I said this in my videos, All other previous presidents understood it, but they let the State Department handle all the diplomacy and everything else. Um, the president could ask the Secretary of State a question and say, okay, what is this involved and what's that issue, and maybe give him a suggestion, or would this work or would that work, or that type of thing. Um, and above all, the cabinet members need to be tied to the Constitution. Well, they supposedly are, but they're supposed to be loyal to the Constitution, not the president. Okay, they work with the president, but they don't work. They don't have loyalty to him. Okay. Other than that, it's interesting to watch and listen what's going on. I watched Pharaoh Balanced. I don't know if you guys have. I watched him. I have not seen Midas Touch on yet. Apparently, they're having some power issues down in California. Um, I watched Pharaoh Balanced. He's very, very good. He's kind of funny, but he was supposed to be on last night, but he had internet issues, which like I had here about two weeks ago. Um, so we're all human. Up here in the Pacific Northwest, we really got slammed. Okay, up north, down down here in Puyallup, Puyallup River has flooded several areas. The Carbon River, which is a tributary to the Puyallup River, that runs through Ording and South Prairie and everything else, they're flooded out. Ording and South Prairie is flooded out. Those up in the foothills above Ording and South Prairie, they're lucky. They're able to go up the back way. But White River is causing some issues. Okay. Especially up there, then Enumclaw and everything. There's some sporadic flooding there. It depends on the creeks and the layout and everything. Here, we're lucky. I'm lucky here in Lakewood. Last night we did have some power outages, especially over that way. Got a call from a friend this morning. She's without power, but they're on a generator, so they're okay. But she wanted to know if, like Bridgeport and my area or St. Clair area, yeah, they have power. They're okay. Okay, we didn't lose any here. But they're expecting more higher winds tonight, like close to 60-mile-an-hour gusts. And I'm going, oh, here we go again. um, it's not really fun. Um, so anyway, I will see you on Friday, as usual, at 1 o'clock on Friday. And I want you to try to have a good week. Watch your favorite political commentary programs like Midas Touch and Pharaoh Balanced and some of the other news thing. I also get my information from Ground News now. I get my other information from 1440, which is a online newspaper. And if those don't know 1440, there's a history behind it. Did you know in the year 1440, this is during the Middle Ages, a printing press was invented so people could see the written word. Most of their news is through by the word of mouth, but they want to see the written word. So a printing press was involved. And pretty soon, like newsletters and flyers and everything started coming out that time where people could get informed or be posted on the news wall or whatever was going on. And that's how the newspaper industry got started. I thought that was interesting. So anyway, but yeah, go to ground news because it gathers from all areas and gives a balanced perspective on what's going on in the news, what's really happening, not the far off dreamland thing of the far left or far right, not far left, far right. Um, and as always, we should remember that Trump is delusional. He just doesn't get it. Okay? So we need to push back and keep pushing back at him. So anyway, oh, and on a personal level, I saw my new doctor Monday, and everything's going well. I'm going in tomorrow for my hand x-ray. He says this is not done right. So about 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, I had trigger finger done, but the center cord here is causing a reverse trigger finger. So in other words, I can't pull my middle finger down. I can have it up. I can bring it up, but I can't curl this part very well. I have to manually move it. So an x-ray is going to be done of that, find out what's going on. And then he's going to be sending me to a hand surgeon. And then on my knee, where my brace my knee, try to walk and see, try to get my meniscus to heal faster. I said sometimes days if I walk on it too hard or too often, it gets really sore. It swells up and it hurts and everything. So, you know how it is when you're pulling apart. But otherwise, I'm good. So, I will see you guys on Friday. Please take care. Love to all. And I'll see you on Friday at 1 o'clock. And thank you for watching. I'll post this to my YouTube channel. So, I will talk to you guys later. Love you all. Bye-bye. Stay safe.